And we will, if we have any of those, we will sneak that in a little bit later on in the show, along with, I think we're gonna sneak in that apatite and lapis as well. Okay, now we're going to the cuff. And this is exciting because this is Campitos. So it's like, it's kind of like we're doing a, you know, tour of the very rare and hard to get and exotic turquoise. And I should not say this, but that means I'm going to. We have to, it's like, that sounds like a bad idea. What time do you want to go? We all have that friend that's like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Mine's Jay.
If I don't want it to get out, I say, Connie, make sure you keep this quiet.
Do not tell
a soul that we're doing this. And
then he's
next thing you know, you're getting phone calls.
Facebook blast.
Yeah, we want to order double.
So
She's my secret weapon.
Okay, this is Campitos. And you all know, if you watch Jay all the time, how many times do we have Campitos? And when we do, they're usually little teeny tiny pieces. So with this, we have fewer in quantity, obviously, but we wanted to do it because we wanted you, those of you who like that Campitos color, and they call it blue ice for a reason, you can compare this to Sleeping Beauty. That's how clean, that's how vibrant the color is. We had this appraised, and when we have things appraised, we send them out, we get the lowest appraised price. So we send them out and do 3 appraisals. We put the lowest up there, and the lowest appraised price was $265. We were gonna do this at $179, but we gave you this wonderful fall price. We're all excited that we're days away from fall. So we said, let's celebrate. Let's do this big, gorgeous cuff at an incredible fall price. And that's what we did, $20 off. Now, the beauty of this is not only that huge piece of Campitos, but if you look at this, if I wanted to stretch this out, which I wouldn't do, but if I wanted to stretch this out into a flat line of silver, I could do it. What does that mean for you? That means any wrist size. If you have a smaller wrist, you can squish it down. If you have a larger wrist, if I wanted to hand this to Jay, he could put this on his wrist and wear it. I also want to mention, look how pretty it looks with the tanzanite. The tanzanite bracelet, we've mentioned one time, 1/4 of our quantity is gone from one brief mention. So that will be coming up at some point during the show. But Jay, let's talk about Campitos.
Well, the Campitos mine, we got the last 2 loads of blue ice that came out of Campitos. Not all of the mines in that area were actually the blue ice, and that's all we bought. We didn't buy any of the other lower grades. The government came in for safety reasons, and they shut it down. But I will tell you right now with the Campitos, my Campitos rough that I have, I could literally sell it for more than we're selling any of these finished products. It is incredibly sought after right now. A lot of it's being sold on the market and marketed as Sleeping Beauty because it almost looks like Sleeping Beauty. It's so clean. What's happening with our Campitos rough, though, I want everybody to know that we're running out of it. I mean, you're just gonna see a few more things. I might be able to do a few more designs into maybe middle of next year, and we're already working on first quarter 2019. That's how far we work out. So I'm just giving you a heads up. If you're a collector and you like collecting the different, I know there are a lot of the viewers out there that do like to collect the different kinds of turquoise. You know, I'm doing a project right now. And I've got a studio. My wife thinks it's my man cave, but it really, I really work there, you know. But I'm laying out all my specimens and I'm trying to categorize them, and I put all these shelves in on these walls. It's a huge walls with huge shelving, and I'm sorting out all my specimens, and I've probably got my turquoise about halfway done. Now you have to understand, when I'm looking at that and I look at all the specimens, do you know there are more mines that are closed?
Sure.
That in my lifetime, in the 42 plus years I've been doing this, there are more of the mines that are closed than they're open. Just to give you an idea, you know, when I first started in the 70s, I bought from 27 different active mines. Of those 27 in the United States, only 1 is still going.
So particularly in North America.
North America, there's only 1 that's really commercially active right now. Okay. There's some other smaller deposits, but I'm talking just the 27 that I used to buy from. There's only 1 of those, so 26 of those are closed. Campitos, the only way you can get this is just like you're getting it from me. people that have it in their private collections. So they're not making any more of it. They're not mining any more of it. And so when that rough material, just like Sleeping Beauty, Nakasari, I could go on and on, Hidden Valley, they all eventually